transaction summary, 2. Credit card payments or other payment options, 3. Or for anything else, 4.
Just a heads up, you'll be charged $10 for account changes made by a representative. You can make your changes for free at KOODO.com/self-serve. Please stay on the line to speak with an agent.
To verify your account, say or enter your 4 to 6-digit PIN. If you don't know your PIN, remain on the line. Calls may be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes to create KOODO offers for you and to serve you better. Hey. Thank you for contacting KOODO. This is Hermes. How are you?
Well, I don't know. We're going to find out depending on how this phone call goes. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And tell me, what can I do for you today?
Can I give you the account number? Would that be helpful for you so you know who you're talking to?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
393 7 666 4.
Can I get your name?
It's Victoria.
In case we get disconnected, Victoria, is this number ending in 0610 your best contact number?
Yes.
Thank you. Just a moment. Hey, can you tell me, Victoria, what's the PIN number for your account?
Well, if I knew that, I would have put it in there. So I don't actually use that PIN number, and so I'm actually not sure what it is. It might be a couple of different things. I can try a couple of different ones. It might be for you.
You can give it a try. Go ahead.
It could be 8615.
No.
Or it might be 1973.
Yes, that's the one.
Is that the one?
Yes. Tell me, what can I do for you today?
So I'm well aware of just basically the rule of law in Canada, and the rule of law in Canada is consent. And so last year, I believe it was in July, there was a not consented to increase in the amount that's charged every month. And so since that time, I have been providing what I originally signed up for, which is $50.40 a month, because that's all I can afford. And so what I'd like for us to do today is to remove the alleged outstanding amount and put the monthly charge back to what it was. Because, that's fair and just compensation for the services that I'm receiving from KOODO.
Oh, okay, understood. So, you said that there was an increase at some point in the past.
Significant increase, like it was obscene. Like I was so upset, I was crying. Like I couldn't believe that, and nobody asks you. It's like a phantom. It's like a ghost comes into your account and all of a sudden decides you're paying a significant amount more than you were paying before. Nobody asks you. Nobody says, hey, this is Joe Smith from KOODO and I'm going to raise, your rates just because I feel like it today. Like there's none of that. It's just all of a sudden there's a massive increase, and I honestly can't do it.
A massive increase.
Like
of how much?
It was like $5. So all of a sudden my monthly fee went from like $50 to $55 a month.
Okay. Understood. As you said that you were not notify in any way about it.
Well, here's the problem, right? Like,
Sure.
I have a hard time dealing with, like, who would have done that? Like, what individual at KOODO, what customer service representative at KOODO decided that, oh, we're going to now charge this woman, just out of the blue, $5 more per month for a service she's receiving, and I'm just looking at another service provider here. I've got a piece of paper here in front of me, because I went and I was wondering, like, what other service providers are providing for the same services I'm receiving. $35 a month is what another service provider is offering for the fee. I've been paying $50.40 for a long time. So that's well paid. That's well paid for the service I receive from KOODO. And so every month in a text message I get, this is what you're owing, and this is, like, there's an overdue amount. But, like, I have to consent to that increase. You can't just charge your clients, your customers, more money just because you feel like it. Like, that's not the rule of law in Canada, and I'm very well versed on contract law because I basically have nothing left. Everything that I've ever had has been stolen from me, so I've had to learn about commercial law and contract law, the law of consent. The companies just can't all of a sudden increase your rates just because they feel like it.
That is true. Any increase has to be notified to the customer ahead of time, like we always do. So you're saying that you never got any notification that the fee was increasing?
Well, it was just a text message, right? Like, that's how I know what day I'm paying and what's owed. And so all of a sudden I got a text message, I think it was last July, so it would have been July 2024. Oh, by the way, now the fee we're charging you this month is it's like $55 or something around that amount. And I had been paying $50.40 previously to that text message coming in. And so if the customer doesn't consent to the increase, you can't then, because like I say, I mean, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, thank you for the details. Let me review the billing, Victoria. I think I found it.
Can I just say something else? I'm a really good customer. Like, I pay you on time every single month. You have never had a problem with me, ever. And this is why, like, when you have a good customer, you need to keep that good customer happy, because what you don't want is me getting rid of this service and going to another service provider. That's what we're going to try to avoid today, which is why I'm being cool, calm, and collected. And you seem to be very well educated as well, that you understand what I'm trying to tell you about this. Listen, I actually have no money to live. Like, I had my home stolen. They stole all the money from the sale. I'm actually homeless right now.
Oh my God.
So I actually don't have the extra that you're looking for me to provide for you. And if I did have it, I would probably provide it for you, but I actually can't give it to you. So that's why I'm calling today, because every month now, when I get the text message, they're saying that there's an overdue amount. So this is what we're going to try to change today. We're going to try to adjust the account back to $50.40 a month for the service fee, and then we're going to need to erase or remove the outstanding amount that's alleged. It's like an alleged, like you're overdue.
Oh, okay. So just to be clear, that both of us are at the same page. What
Right.
you're looking for today is take or bring the price back to what it was before?
Yes, sir, please. And please try, we need to remove that, I get a message that, I haven't paid all this money. And so they're saying that I owe an extra, I don't know. Well, $5 over a 12-month period is like $60. Now they're saying there's like a $60 overdue amount that is not overdue, because, you need my consent to make a change like that.
Exactly. That is correct. And as you were speaking, I was just going back through the billing just to see exactly when this happened. And this is back in July 17th, 2024.
Exactly.
And that's the last bill that it was $45 plus tax, which was 40.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
So on that same bill, Victoria, I found that there was a notification sent, and it says as follow: update to your monthly rate plan. Starting in August 2024, your monthly rate plan fee will increase by $4. If you recently changed or upgraded your plan, please disregard this message. And KOODO notified customers basically 30 days ahead of time before doing the increase. And you mentioned something that the companies are not allowed to increase the price whenever they feel like it. That's totally true. Obviously, there has to be some terms and conditions of the service. And believe me, this is something that we deal with every day with all pretty much a lot of customers. And I agree with you, right? There shouldn't be any increase to the services, but as it turns out, based on the terms and conditions, I have here that yes, KOODO is allowed to change the price, the terms, and of the agreement, as long as the customer is properly notified ahead of time through a valid notification method. And the valid notification method could be an email, a text message, or a bill notification message. The company decided to do it through a bill notification message, and that is what we see here on the bill from July 17th, 2024. That's basically what I found. I can share with you the information about the terms and conditions. If you allow me, I can definitely send it to your cell phone through a text message if you like, so you can read the conditions of the term.
So I understand all of that.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I understand all of that, right? Don't think I'm not calling and not understanding what your position is going to be. But at the end of the day, the customer is always right, and I'm an expert on contract law, and that's the contract that you offered isn't actually even legally binding, because the rule of law in Canada is the law of consent. That's the rule of law. All contracts have to be based on consent. You can't just go around increasing, because what you've done is you haven't offered consideration. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know that I can't afford an increase. And see, that's a legally binding contract. Like, you have to offer consideration. You have to consider what's happening to your customer.
Okay. Let's do something, Victoria. I'm going to be very, very honest with you and very straightforward. What we can do right now is look for a better plan that will take you back to the same price that you were paying. That's something that we can definitely do if we look into all the different benefits that the company offers to get a better rate. So I'm not sure if you have ever noticed or checked on the website, but on the website we have really good pricing, and right now the company, it's given $10 discount every month ongoing for customers who set up auto payment using bank account. They can get $10 off every month. So we might find a better pricing for you. And who knows, it might be even lower than the price that you're paying right now. But it's a matter of going right now through the website, KOODOmobile.com, log in with your email and password, and can show you how to find it.
Okay, so time is money. So now what you're trying to do is you're trying to force me to use my time to do something that we really don't need to do if you will just very simply follow the instructions that I've provided for you. We don't need to do any of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, here's the situation that you're providing me instructions that I'm not allowed to do. You're asking me to take you back to the same price that you had before, and besides that, you're asking me to reverse the past due amount, which is something that also I'm not allowed to do. So in my position, I understand
Says
your
who?
position.
You're going to have to provide me with the first name and last name of who it is that has provided for you those instructions, because I don't do business with legal fictions. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who's making these decisions? Who?
The company, ma'am. The company.
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. You're not dealing. You're dealing with a woman here. Is that right? So we're not going to just pretend. Yeah, I'm a woman who happens to be using this service. Right? You know my first name and my last name, but are you trying to tell me that none of you are going to take responsibility for causing me harm? Because that's what's happening every single month. The rule of law is the law of consent, and because I haven't consented to that increase, and it doesn't matter what your terms and conditions say, you have to follow the law. You have to follow.
With you now, ma'am. I really don't want to waste your time. We can continue speaking, but all respect, I'm not able to agree with what you're asking for.
Yes, you can.
I'm not able
you
to
can
do
do
it.
anything.
I'm not able to do it.
You can do.
If
You can do
I was able to
anything.
do it, believe me, I would have done it already. But I'm not able to take it back to the same price that you were paying before, and besides that, I'm not able to remove the past due amount. If you want to, what I can do is just get you transferred to the loyalty department so they can take this call and they can assist you further. But that's not a guarantee that you will get what you're looking for.
So then you need to release whatever it is you need to release, because I then now have to change my service provider because you won't act fairly. You won't follow the rule of law in Canada, which all companies have to follow. Right? You don't offer consideration to what you refer to me as is a customer, and you have to do that. So if I was going to change to a different provider and give them the money, you would have to then release whatever it is you need to release, because I did go talk to others about what was going on here, and that's what they told me. So you need to agree to do that.
Very good. At the moment, there's nothing that needs to be released. You're free to take your number elsewhere and your business to another company if that's how you're feeling. That's fine. You can do it. There's no block or penalty or something that will prevent that from happening. If you want to do it, that's okay. There is nothing that is blocking your number. You can take the same phone number that you're using to a different carrier.
So this call is recorded, is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
So the call should be forwarded to the CEO of KOODO, which I believe has something to do with TELUS, because you can't break the law. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you might have a service agreement, but that doesn't supersede the rule of law in Canada, which is the law of consent. You can't do that.
You keep repeating that, Victoria, and I respect that. From my side, I provided you with the options, and
which were unsatisfactory.
Let me just explain to you. I already explained to you my options from my side, customer service. I even offer you to connect you over to the loyalty department, which is a department that can look into it and maybe provide you with something that you might be satisfied with. From my position, customer service, I already explained to you what I can do. I'm not breaking the law. I'll follow the instruction, and I'm guided by the terms and conditions of the company. But you keep repeating the same thing. So let me know if the option that I provided to you about the loyalty department is good, and I can get you connected right away.
I'm not quite understanding what department you're trying to connect me to.
Loyalty department is in charge of the customers or phone calls from customers that are, let's say, not satisfied with the options provided from customer service. And if those customers are looking to, let's say, move to a different carrier, they have different options that they can offer from their side. So in other words, they have more empowerment than customer service. So that's what I'm offering, because everything that I have offered so far is not good for you. So I really don't want to waste your time. You mentioned time is money. So if you want to, I can get you connected to the loyalty department. I will explain that in my notes, so you don't have to repeat yourself. And they will continue with you. Is that okay for you?
We'll give you one more. We'll give you one more shot to make this okay. So you go right ahead and put me over to somebody who's acting as loyalty department, as you call them.
Do you have any additional questions for me before I connect you over to them?
Am I going to be satisfied by wasting any more time by talking to somebody in the loyalty department?
That's something that you're asking me, something that might happen in that conversation that you will have. I'm asking about your account. Do you have any additional questions?
Not about the account, no.
Okay, very good. So in that case, I kindly ask you to please hold on the line while I get you connected to the loyalty department, and they will continue with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
You too. So is this the world that I'm living in? The fucking land of the cuckoo? Where they just have excuse after excuse after excuse why they can't do the right thing? You ain't getting around the law of consent. You can't. This world is so sick. I don't know, was I not clear on what I said? So some phantom decides to increase the monthly amount you're going to pay. Doesn't provide its first and last name, doesn't provide its address, so you can talk to this individual. It's just some fucking ghost who decides all of a sudden you're going to be charged another $5 a month.
Hey, thanks for waiting. By the way, did you know that you can get fast answers to almost anything in the KOODO community at KOODOmobile.com/support? Well, now you do.
All right. So I've continued to provide $50.40 every month since they changed the account. I haven't consented to what they've done. And I'm not going to. Why would I? Do you have any idea how much the CEO of this company makes every year? It's got to be more than likely close to $20 million net by now. For doing what? What does it do all day?
Waiting. If you're in a hurry, the KOODO community has tons of quick and easy answers at KOODOmobile.com/support 24/7.
No. They're getting paid for this call. I'm not. It's the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That's what binds you. Not this ridiculous service agreement you keep talking about.
Sorry about the wait. We're a little busier than usual. You can always browse for the answers you need at KOODOmobile.com/support. Otherwise, we'll get to you as soon as we can. Thanks.
does TELUS make in profit every year? This fiction, TELUS. Should we find out?
Hi, thank you so much for holding. You reached one of the loyalty support team. This is Saya. How are you?
I don't know, not so good so far.
Sorry, how are you?
I'm fine.
Alright, good to know that. How can I help you?
Have you reviewed the notes from the last individual that I spoke to?
It actually, that there is no documentation yet in here in front of me. So allow me to pull up the account for you so that we can actually double check, okay?
Okay.
May I have your first and last name so that I can properly address you, miss?
Can I give you the account number?
Yeah, can you provide but your first and last name will be better because so that I can properly address you.
Her first name is Victoria.
Thank you. And the account number or the phone number that is associated or that in question?
The account number is 393 76664.
76664.
Yeah.
Thank you. For the full security of the account anyway, can you provide me as well? What is the 4-digit PIN on the account?
1973.
Wonderful. Alright, hold on. Since you already provided me with this, so let's just go back with your concern and let me help you. So, let me go ahead and take a look with the representative documentation, okay?
Thank you.
Just a second. Hold on. You're welcome. Alright, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding. Alright, so what I can check here anyway about this, based on the representative documentation, so this is all about the price increase from your bill, right?
That's right.
And also for the past bill, $45.21 as you mentioned,
Right.
right? So anyway, I do have here the question about the states, okay? Because what I can check here that, for the price increase, this is gonna be the thing that we don't have any control of. Alright, but let me go ahead and double check everything about this price and what we can do for this, okay? But can you just tell me what is the usual bill that you're going to pay every month before?
I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
Can you tell me what is your usual bill that you're going to pay that you're paying before?
It was $50.40.
But there is a $5 for the price increase, right?
Which was not consented to. Yes, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to listen to the customer.
Exactly, okay, right. I totally understand where you're coming from about this. So, let me go ahead and double check everything first, okay? Let me go ahead and review the account. Since you got me on the line, so I will assure you that I could go ahead and apply for the plan for you then. Alright? Just a moment. I'll be right back to you then, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Not even any waiting music? Are you joking? Is this call been dropped?
Hello. Just stay on the line, please, okay? I'm
Okay.
currently working on it.
Sorry, I didn't.
Hold on, I'll
Just
give
usually
you-
there's like music, right? So you know that I didn't know what you were doing. I
Yeah,
thought maybe
I'm
you
not-
dropped the call and I was
Don't
in
worry.
tears.
I'm not putting you on hold actually because
Oh, sorry.
I know that it's just only for I'll be putting you on mute.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was happening. Thanks for saying something. I was like freaking out over here.
Yeah, alright, hold on. I'm so sorry about that, okay?
Thanks.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Thank
Gotcha.
you.
See their profits, 175.5 million a year KOODO makes in profit.
Alright, hold on. My tool here is loading actually. Just a second, okay?
Thank you.
Hold on. Alright, hold on.
Beg pardon, there's some very long waits between conversation. Bear with me. This went on for 2 hours today. They must make a commission. The representatives must make a commission.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding, and I'm so sorry for the long silence anyway. So my tool here is working properly right now. Alright. So here's what I can do, because you've mentioned earlier that this is going to be for the price increase. So just want to let you know that in regards with the price increase, this is going to be something that we don't have any control for it, because there are some cases actually that it needs to have the price increase so that we can actually make sure that you have the access for all of our premium plan, like upgrades, especially with the customer service as well. So and especially with the best reception anyway. I know that you're not dealing with with the $5 for additional for the price increase, because that's just gonna be it went too high for you. So here's what I can do, okay? Because I do have here anyway the plan for you, since you've been here in KOODO for too long. So we're not normally offering this, but since you've been here in KOODO for too long, so we could actually do something about it. All right. So are you ready? Do you have a pen and paper so that you can go ahead and take down note for this?
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay. So this plan is gonna be for 80 gigs of unlimited calling and texting anywhere in Canada and US. All right. For the plan. So unlimited calling and texting anywhere in Canada, US, of 80 gigs of data for 4G. So the price for this plan actually is $55, but there will be a additional discount for this. So if you're going to set up your automatic payment using your banking information, you're going to get an additional $10 discount. So the plan costs you for $45 without the tax. How would it sound for you though, Victoria?
Well, I'm speechless. I tell you, I've been on the phone now for an hour, and I've gotten nowhere.
I'm so sorry.
And this is not like, I just needed you to do exactly what I explained when I first got on the phone. And so I have gone to other service providers, and the agent, well, I'm looking at 5G, 50 gigabyte for $35 a month here. That's what they're offering. So what you've offered...
$35 a month?
Yeah, unlimited talk and text. So I'm not going to accept what you've done here, because I can't. Like, you don't seem to understand about the rule of law in Canada, which is the law of consent. You can't just go around raising a vulnerable woman's price because you haven't considered what she's going through. Some phantom with no name can't increase my price. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I am well aware of the kind of profits that this company makes. You need to be considerate of people. I'm a loyal customer. You better believe it. You get paid on time every single month. And I'm not going to do this thing where you want me to, like, get my bank account set up, or you can just go in there every single month and take out what you want. I do it manually. I pay you. So when I signed up here years ago, it was $50.40 a month, and that is well paid for the service that I'm being provided. Well paid. So all I wanted you to do was to put me back to $50.40 and to remove the unlawful outstanding amount. That's all I wanted you to do today. So I can't do what you're asking me to do. And when I spoke to the agent at the other service provider, they said to me that something has to happen for them to take over the account, and it's something that you do on your end, some kind of release or something like this. So the worry is that if I go and change to a different provider, you're going to refuse to release whatever it is you need to release, making some kind of false claim that I owe you money that I don't owe you because I don't consent. You never received the $55 that you're looking for once you raise the prices. You have received every single month $50.40. You need consent of the customer. You have to have consent. It's non-negotiable, the consent part.
Is actually that if you were able to double check with your bill, on the last page of your bill anyway, there is a consent there, or there is a indication that, that it said that there will be a price increase. Can you just try to double check with your bill for your KOODO?
Listen, that is irrelevant. A woman can't waive her rights. The rule of law in Canada is the law of consent. It doesn't matter what your legal department wrote up, that you can just go around and cause people harm. That's what you're doing to me. You're causing me harm every single month by increasing the price of services that haven't changed. Just do what I've asked you to do so I can go on with my day, please. You can do anything. You have the ability to do anything.
Yes, exactly. We do have the ability to change any plan for this one. But just want to let you know as well that in regarding with the price increase, because if you were going to apply the plan for you as well, so possibility is that you may be affected for the price increase as well. Because what I can check here, so what as you mentioned earlier, that there is a plan here for $35, as you mentioned, right?
I'm talking about a different company altogether. I wasn't talking about... Now, I don't know what you guys are offering new customers. I'm assuming that it's about $35 a month for 50 gigabytes at 5G, unlimited talk and text, and yet I'm being charged $50.40 a month, which is it's a hardship. That was already a hardship, and then you went in without asking, right? You have to have consent. You just can't go around raising people's prices when you don't know what that person is going through or what kind of harm that may cause them. That's contract law. This is commercial law. This is legal. I'm talking to you about commercial law. I'm talking about the law.
I really got your point for that, Victoria. And thank you so much anyway for letting me know about that. But this is going to be how it works anyway here in Telus. So if you were able to double check, when was that price increase that may be affected in your bill anyway? Can you tell me? Because what I can check here, that there is no... Hold on.
It was last July. It was July 2024.
July 2024.
You should have it there in front of you, all the changes to the account. Do you have it there? Can you see it?
Okay. So your plan before, actually, it's going to be for $45 on July 17, 2024. So your plan here is going to be cost you for $45, right? Is that what you mean for that? Then it turned up to $49.
Right, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of tax on there, which is, again, a hardship. And now you're looking at $55 a month when you can go to another service provider and pay $35 a month plus tax, which is then $40 a month. So that's a $15 a month savings if I went and changed my carrier, if I just stopped being a KOODO customer.
That we don't want to happen.
Well, no, we don't want that to happen because I'm a good customer and every month you get paid and you get paid on time.
Exactly. I really got your point for that. But if you were able to double check anyway with your plan before, so you're not aware that the plan is changed, no?
It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. That part is irrelevant, right? You have to follow the rule of law in Canada. Everybody does. Every company has to follow the rule of law and the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So what's happened with this price increase is called cruel and unusual treatment. Because you don't know about my life. And if I started to tell you about my life, you'd never get over it. Because it's bad.
I really do understand you for that. I hope that you don't take it against me because I'm just only a representative here. If I do have the way here that I can go ahead and override everything, Victoria, that is the thing that I'll just state. But it just that happened that I'm just only a representative here. But anyway, here's what I can do that if this is going to be the case because your plan before, if you were able to double check. But anyway, because the plan actually started changing on your August bill, or I mean on your August 17th bill 2024. So during this time, you're not aware that the plan is already changed?
Yeah, because I get a text message, and every month I just kept paying what I was paying when I signed up, $50.40. And so what that notified you to is that this woman won't consent. She hasn't consented to the price increase. She needs our consent for a price increase, and she hasn't consented to the price increase. So I can either continue to pay $50.40 a month and ignore this alleged overdue amount, or I can just stop being a client of KOODO and I can go use a different service provider and get 50 gigs a month, 5G, at $35 a month, unlimited talk and text. That's where we're going here, real quick. If you don't fix this for me.
We could actually make sure that we could actually fix this everything for you. But yeah, here's what I can do then if this is going to be the case then, all right? Because as what I mentioned earlier, the plan that you have before for $45 for 6 gigs of the data, so this plan is already expired. So that means it's no longer available in our in-market. Okay? It's currently phased out anyway. So, the best thing that I can do here, since I could go ahead and find you a plan here that could cost you for the same monthly cost, it could actually give you for $45 as well for 60 gigs of 5G unlimited text as well. Or I mean, network speed.
So have you ever heard of a grandfather clause? Have you ever heard of that?
Exactly.
Like, you because you signed up when the price was what the price was. So listen, if you can do what you want to do for me and you can waive the alleged outstanding amount and keep me paying $50.40 on a different plan that you want to put me on for whatever reason you need to do that, then that's what we need to do, because you need to keep this woman happy, because she's very unhappy and I'm tired of being unhappy every day. Every day I'm unhappy.
I got your point. I really got your point for that, Victoria. So that is the thing, or that is my goal actually, is to help you out. Everything's about this, okay? So anyway, as what I mentioned earlier, this is going to be the plan that I can offer you. It's still the same with your bill before. It's going to be cost you for $45 plus the tax, which could cost you for $50.40. Okay? But just want to let you know that this plan is going to be for unlimited calling and texting anywhere in Canada for 80 gigs of the data usage. Alright?
Okay.
Okay. So here's what we can do. I just want to ask you if you want it to be effective immediately or with your next billing cycle. Just want to ask you for that.
Well, honestly, I mean, it really doesn't matter. What do you want me to say? Like, yes?
About the plan itself, do you want it to be effective immediately or with your next billing cycle? Or we could go ahead and apply this. You don't have to call back or you don't have to make a follow-up for this because it automatically applies on your account. But it will be applied on your next bill, which is the 18th of this month, 2025, so that there is no proration charges that was made on the account too as well.
Well, so whatever the decision is, there can't be like additional costs. So whatever's best for me is the decision that we're making together, you and I. The decision that's best for Victoria.
Yes, exactly. And this is going to be the decision that I can go ahead and give you, is to apply this plan with your next billing cycle, so that there is no additional charges for the proration. How does it sound for you?
Right. The decision has to be made so there's no additional charges, because I can't afford any additional charges. This is why I'm calling today.
But here's what we can do then if this is going to be the case, Victoria, because since the plan actually is currently not available in our in-market for the old plan that you have that you're paying for $50.40. This plan, again, for $50.40 that I can offer, so this plan is already discounted because you reached one of the loyalty team. So since I'll be the one who was able to change the plan here either, so there will be a mandatory charges for the service fee of $15 for a one-time payment. Are you okay with that?
No, you're not charging me another $15 on top of already what's gone on here to change the plan. What is going on?
Double check. This is going to be a mandatory charges anyway for a one-time payment. So if you were able to double check, I could go ahead and reapply the plan again for you. Could cost you for your 24-month savings tellers. Could cost you for $15 only for a one-time payment. So you could go ahead and get this plan for $50.40 moving forward. But as what I mentioned, I really do apologize anyway if you're not aware about the changes on your account
for the past previous month. I really do apologize for that. And thank you so much for continuing doing your business here in TELUS, here in KOODO. It's my pleasure. But for the $15 service fee, it will be mandatory for a one-time payment that is reflected on your next billing. Are you okay?
You know why you're asking me if I'm okay? Because you need my consent. That's why, and we both know that. We both know that you can't make a move without my consent. Because that's the rule of law in Canada.
In every changes on the account, we were just need to make sure actually that our customer has a consent in every changes on the account. But it's just that happened that in regards with the price increase, this is something that we don't have any ability to override everything because it's gonna be automatically added on your account. So if
you have the ability to waive that $15. Like you have that ability right there. Whatever it is you're doing with your computer, you have the ability to do anything.
We do have the ability to do everything, especially with your plan. But for the service fee, this is going to be a mandatory charges, Victoria. I really want to try to help you everything, especially with those charges. And also, we were going to take a look what is the option for the outstanding balance on the account of $45.21. I'll just need to ask my supervisor about this if there is any other possible way that we could actually, remove the amount for this. But since we are dealing with the plan first, then after this, we could go ahead and jump with the other concern that you have though.
You're gonna lose a customer over this. Are you joking? You're gonna lose a customer over $15? That's what's about to happen here. That's what's about to happen. Because I'm hearing you. And I know you're hearing me. I know you're hearing me, and I know you understand what I'm telling you. We can't keep going around the same loop. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any extra to give you. I don't have it. I've got $50.40 to give to you for the plan that I was on. Right? I don't have any extra. I don't have an extra $15 to give you for a change. Right? I never consented to the price increase to begin with because I can't. You have to consider what is happening to the woman that you're dealing with who you refer to as a customer. Do you know what I'm saying? You better get somebody on the horn. You better go talk to a supervisor right now because what I need you to do is exactly what I've told you to do an hour and 8 minutes ago now. An hour and 8 minutes ago, I got on the phone with somebody else and I said, we need to put me back to $50.40 a month and we need to waive the outstanding amount. And whatever you need to do on your end to make that happen is what you need to do on your end to make that happen. Or you're going to lose a customer.
No, that is something that we don't want to happen. All right? So, that is the reason why that we could actually, I get your point anyway, I get that. But for the service fee, this is going to be frustrating. But here's the thing, it's one-time deal that covers a lot. You're getting the personal help and making sure you've got the best available plan for your needs instead of canceling and paying a similar fee somewhere else. Let's look at what we can do to ensure you're making the most out of your service. So, if you were able to, I know that you're not dealing with this service fee because this is going to be, as you mentioned, yes, we could go ahead and do something about it to waive that. But, as what I mentioned, it's going to be mandatory. But here's what we can do. What if that this is going to be what happened? All right? In regards with the past due or the outstanding balance of $45.21, let me go ahead and ask an approval with my supervisor if we could go ahead and do something about it. Then we could actually waive this. If there is any other possible way that we can actually waive this, then are you okay that you're paying for the $15? Because this is going to be mandatory that is reflected in your next bill, Victoria. Then I could go ahead and apply the plan for $50.40 for you then.
But then you're going to charge me $15 to make that change because here's the thing. You're getting paid. You're getting paid to have this conversation with me. Guess who's not getting paid for this? I'm not getting paid for this conversation. Should I send you a bill? Or not you personally, but I'll send the company a bill. I'll send the company a bill for my time. For going around.
To be honest with you, Victoria, we're not
yeah, we get paid in this conversation, but in any it's just like, for example, that this conversation or this scenario. To be honest, I don't want to take much of your time anyway because your time is valuable. I know that technically, but I'm just only a representative here. This service fee is going to be mandatory. If I could go ahead and override everything for you, probably that is the thing that I'll just need because I don't want to waste your time on the line, to be honest.
Okay, so what you need to do is, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a supervisor on the telephone, and you're going to explain to them that you're talking to a woman who's extremely intelligent about contract law, about the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, about consent, the law of consent, which is the rule of law in Canada, which is the highest form of law in Canada, and you're going to ask that supervisor to approve not only removing the outstanding amount, but also waive the $15 fee that you're trying to charge me, trying to convince me that for some reason this is mandatory. Because I haven't asked for any of these changes. We just should have kept me where I was before because I was fine where I was at before. I can't afford any more money. I don't have anything left. I've had everything stolen. My home, my 2 cars, all the money from the sale of the house. My son was kidnapped and sold. They do that here in Canada. I'm not sure where you're from. You're probably not even in Canada, but they traffic children here in Canada. I have nothing left. I have no money to live. I can barely get by every month, including buying groceries. So I need consideration shown. That's your job, to show consideration to each and every client who calls. You need to consider what I'm going through. So please go talk to a supervisor and have them waive the outstanding amount, because I never consented to an increase, and have them waive the $15, whatever changes you're trying to make here, because this company is making millions of dollars in profit every single year. This is not too much to ask. It's not outside of the scope of being reasonable to offer me some consideration and some kindness. How about some kindness?
Exactly. I really got your point for that. So, if that is okay, so let's just go ahead and, let me go ahead and take a look at everything. So let me go ahead and ask my supervisor, but not guaranteed for this because, as what I've mentioned earlier, I know that, about the law itself, as you mentioned, the rule of Canada. I know that. I really got your point for that. And also, especially with this price increase, this is something that we don't want to happen if we're going to live with KOODO. We're very glad to do as our loyal customer here in KOODO. And by the way, thank you so much for continuing doing your business up until this day. So let me go ahead and check, okay?
Thank you.
Just a moment. You're welcome, Victoria. Just stay on the line, please, okay? Don't hang up the call.
Gotcha.
I have a call recorded with Adobe, who just tried to do the same thing to me recently. I've got the call recorded, but I haven't actually recorded it to my phone and posted it. He tried to force me into a contract after I canceled a 7-day free trial. He charged my card anyway after I'd canceled, so I had to get on the phone and speak to somebody who tried to force me into a contract to pay money for a service, number one, I can't afford, number two, I don't need. This is where we're at now in the world. This is where we're at. These are the days of Noah. You can't serve 2 masters. You have to make a choice. It's either the mad monkey monopoly money that has no worth and no value at all, or it's life and truth. And this conversation continues to go on for a good another half an hour. This is how I spent my day today. Well, because this kind of conversation will wipe me out. Usually for days. I've been avoiding this call for a year. The last time I checked, the CEO of Telex makes $17 million a year. For doing what all day? Beg pardon for all the silence. It's painful, is it not? Waiting. So this is not twice I've endured this today, because obviously I have to record and upload how the world is circling the drain as a witness. It's insanity.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Yeah, thank you so much for holding. I'm so sorry for the long silence, okay? Alright, so here's what we can do. So I'll just try to exhaust everything. So yeah, as a one-time exemption, I could go ahead and, give you, or I could go ahead and waive you the $15 for the service fee. Alright?
And?
Okay, and also about the past due or the outstanding balance, since you're not aware about this, so yes, I can make an exemption for you too as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let me go ahead and do this. All right. So, do you want it to be effective immediately or with your next billing cycle for the plan? Because your close days here or the bill will be generated is every 18th of the month. So that there is no proration, okay? So the plan will be changed on the 18th of this month, 2025, okay?
Is that what's easiest for you?
You got it correctly.
Well, whatever's easiest for you, that's what we're going to do.
Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and do that for you then, okay? So just to confirm, the plan is $45 for 60 gigs of unlimited calling and texting anywhere in Canada.
Okay. You know I don't understand what any of that means, right? But it sounds good. I don't.
It actually that you currently have the 6 gigs of the data usage.
Okay.
So for being our loyal customer here in KOODO, I can make it into 60 gigs of the data, okay? For $45. So $50.40 included in tax.
Gotcha.
That makes sense?
Makes
So
sense.
let me go ahead and do the adjustment, okay?
Thank
Hold
you.
on. You're welcome. All right, hold on. I'm almost done for this. I'll just need to leave a documentation, okay?
Okay.
All right, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding, and I'm so sorry for the long silence. So I successfully did the adjustment and also, applied the plan, and it will be effective on the 18th of this current month, 2025. You don't have to make a follow-up for this because it's automatically canceled, it's automatically applied on your account here in KOODO.
Okay.
So if you were able to take a look, your amount currently is $55.49. So your bill moving forward is just the amount of $50.40. Okay, included the tax.
So I just paid for this month. I just paid for this month's service before I got on the phone.
You got it correctly. You paid for this month on the 12th of this, by tomorrow.
It was due then. And you know what I paid, right? You know I paid $50.40, like I do every month.
Yeah, you got it correctly. But I just want to let you know that, that is the reason why that we were just need to make an adjustment. And upon trying to waive the $45.41, the amount here that is remaining on the account is $55.49 for this month only. But with your next month, it's just the amount of $50.40 moving forward.
So there will be an outstanding amount of $5 and some odd cents then?
Yes, you got it correctly.
Oh, you can do better than that. Because we just went over this whole thing. Like that was the whole, we adjusted the entire amount going back to last July.
I really got your point for that, but when I tried to double check everything, so this is just only the amount that we could actually offer for the other amount here, so could actually, for $5.49, this is going to be on the bill right now, but moving forward, it's $50.40.
Because the agreement was that we waived all the outstanding amounts, right, from that began last July when the price got changed without my consent. So there should be no outstanding amount now. There should just be me moving forward paying $50.40 with the new plan that you put me on. And there should be no outstanding amount. That was what we agreed upon before you went and put me on hold again.
You got it correctly, but this is going to be the adjustment look like anyway. I'll really try to help you about this, but this is going to be the adjustment. I'm trying to ask this to my supervisor anyway.
Because that would have taken care of the alleged outstanding amount, because we've switched me back to 50/40 for every single month, and I've been using this plan for a long time, years.
Exactly. I really got your point for that. So I do care about that because I know that you don't have any as you mentioned earlier, but this is gonna be the adjustment anyway. I'm so sorry.
So if you
that you could go ahead and make a payment right now for $55.49, then moving forward it's $50.40.
So I did make a payment. I made a payment today before I got on the phone, and I paid like I always do. As you can see on the account, the amount you receive every single month is always the same. It's $50.40, and that's what I paid today before I got on the phone, $50.40, because I don't consent to an increase. Because here's what we know. If we don't know our rights, we don't have any rights. So today, with you, I'm exercising my right to consent and to not be treated cruelly and unusually. And so when you got off the phone the last time we spoke, you went in to adjust the account so there would be no outstanding amount due, because you've been paid every month what you're supposed to get paid. Plus, you changed me. You had to change me, I guess. You keep telling me that I can't be on the plan that I was on. And we then had to waive the $15. Because if I go switch to another server, do you realize that within 3 months, not only will I have taken care of this $15 you want to charge me for this new account, and then I'll be paying $10 less every month from what I am paying on this $50.40. Which means that within a few months, I've made a better choice by switching to someone else than staying with KOODO. So it would be more cost effective for me after all of this, because now I've been on the phone for 1 hour and 37 minutes trying to fix this, when it was a simple fix to begin with.
It actually is not. To be honest with you, it's going to be very hard for us because the plan actually is not available. It's no longer available. But we were trying to exhaust everything. But thanks God, because we already, find a plan for you that could actually fit for your budget for $50.40. But for the current month right now, it could cost you for this amount for $55.49. But moving forward, it's $50.40. This is going to be approved by my supervisor then.
So every single month has to be the same amount. So there can't be an outstanding amount because I've already paid for this month $50.40, and so I wouldn't have consented to this $55 and some odd cents that you keep talking about.
Because this is going to be the adjustment look like.
Because that's what you went to do when you got off the phone. The last time you got off the phone, you went to adjust everything, so there's no outstanding amount due.
No, it's not everything anyway. For the amount, it's just only the amount of the $45.21. So when I try to adjust that, it could actually give me the amount of $55.49. After I remove the $45.21.
So if you do that for some of the months, you can do that for all of the months, right? Because you're being well paid, right? Like I say, I can switch to someone else for $35 a month plus tax. That's $40 a month. So I'd be paying $10 less somewhere else for the same type of services, the same unlimited talk and text.
Can you tell me what are the things that we would just need to do anyway, Victoria? Can you tell me that?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you tell me what is the thing that we would just need to do about this? Because I exhaust everything for you then. I try to negotiate everything with my supervisor and ask an approval because we're not normally do the credit, to be honest.
So my understanding was that when you got off the phone to talk to the supervisor and when you came back, you did confirm for me, because I also, you are recording the call. I'm recording the call as well. So we could go over the call again, and we could hear you saying, okay, so I'm going to go talk to my supervisor, and when you came back, you said, yes, we've adjusted the account back to $50.40. We've waived the outstanding amount.
It's not what I'm telling that. It's not
and we've waived the $15 charge for changing you.
I did that already.
So then there should be.
I successfully removed the $15, but it just that happened that the balance. This is going to be look like for $55.49. This is just only for this month anyway. Moving forward.
But there should never have been. There should have never have been a charge for $55.49. I think that's what you just said. Like that should have never been one of the charges, even for this month. You can do this. Come on, we've been on the phone now for a long time. I know you can do this.
I really got your point, Victoria, but this is going to be only the, I really want to try to help you for this, but, for the adjustment, I successfully did ask to furnish to my supervisor, but this is going to be the bill would look like. But
okay, so here's what's going to happen. If I find out the next time I get a text message, the next time I get a notification that my next bill is due, if I see any outstanding amount, even for $5, I'm going to stop being a customer of KOODO and I'm going to switch to another server. If I see even $5, if I see any outstanding amount at all, I will have to switch to another server.
I really got your point for that.
And so
I just want to let you know that I will guarantee you that there is no additional charges on the account than the $50.40 with your next billing, because I did exhaust everything. I did, I successfully applied the plan for you for $50.40. It's just only for this month anyway.
So I'm not kidding, because I'm taping the call too, because I have to now, because when I do business with companies, they don't seem to be able to grip the rule of law that you have to have consent, right? and everybody's on the tape.
If you were able to double check with to be honest, if you were able to double check with your bill from July, there is an indication in every hour customer that is affected for the price increase, they do receive the indication on the last page of the bill that's saying that there will be a price increase with your next bill. So if you can see that, there will be a consent for that. So supposed to be the thing that you just need to do is you just need to contact us back here in KOODO so that we can actually make an adjustment on the account. Or we could go and look for a better deal for you. But you didn't do that.
Well, because I didn't want to spend 2 hours on the phone and see this is what happened today.
It look like the bill. I know that you're not waiting to, or that you're not willing to, to wait on the other line for this. But this is what happened. That there is an additional charges, or there is a sudden change on the bill. So in every situation or in everything that you're going to get, or that you're getting in that message or text message from KOODO, you just need to make sure that you can go ahead and contact us back here to confirm everything, so that the bill is not look like this. Because there is an indication anyway. There is a consent in regards with the price increase though. But the good thing here, because we could actually look for a plan for you, that we could actually go back with the same monthly cost, which is $50.40.
So do we understand each other? Do we understand? Because when I went to a different server, they said that they would have to call KOODO and get some kind of release.
But anyway, because I believe that you're not dealing with this $55.49 because we keep repeating ourselves anyway, right? And I don't want you to run in circles because I know that your time is valuable. You're on the line for almost 1 hour, so I don't want to spend more of your time anyway. We're dealing with it, all right? So anyway, how's the bill for you for $55.49? Are you okay with this?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
No, I'm not. I said that about the $55.49, right? As you mentioned earlier, that if there is any other sudden change with your next bill, so you could actually, that is something that we don't want to happen if you're going to live with KOODO, right? But
so every month I pay $50.40, and I'm not going to pay any more than that. And so any outstanding amount is not my responsibility because we just talked about this.
Yes.
So there shouldn't be any outstanding amount at all, not a dime, not $1 on my account, because we just went over this.
But trust me, this is good. You know what? To be honest, it's gonna be very hard for me too as well.
No,
because
no, it's not. You can do this.
I'm just only a representative. To be honest,
yeah, I know.
But this is gonna be.
And I'm your customer, and you got to make me happy.
Exactly.
You have to make me happy.
Correct. But
and I'm not being unreasonable.
There is a possibility that not all the time anyway, we could actually do, an option to override everything.
You're not
to be honest with you, this charges is going to be a valid charges, to be honest.
I'm not going to allow anyone else to take advantage of me. I can't. I'm at a point in my life where I can't allow myself to be harmed by being taken advantage of by $1, by a dime.
I really got your point.
So the next time I get a text message,
in situation, I'll do the same thing. But I will assure you that there is no additional charges on the account moving forward. It's $50.40.
With no outstanding amounts. None. Yeah. Zero. Not $1. Not a dime. Do we understand each other?
Because I did the math here. Yeah, I do the math here. So there is no additional charges for that. Moving forward, it's $50.40, which is a regular bill moving forward then.
Exactly. And now you've switched me to a different plan, you said. You've switched me to some different plan because you said that you had to. For some reason, you couldn't offer me the plan that I started with. And there's no additional charge to switch me to that plan either, correct?
Yes, exactly correct. I did that. I successfully leave a documentation on the account.
Okay. So
everything's going to be $50.40.
Got you. So do we understand each other? Do we understand each other? Okay.
I really do understand you for that because
I hope so.
I really value your time, to be honest, Victoria. I don't want to waste your time on the line.
It's only been 2 hours. Well, sorry, 1 hour and 46 minutes and 34 seconds.
Exactly.
That's how long.
To be honest with you, the normal thing here in KOODO, we only have the conversation for our customer for at least 15 minutes. But, this is going to be what happened. So this is going to be the bill look like. But as what I've mentioned, moving forward, it's $50.40.
Right now, can I ask you something? Can you make me a promise?
I make a promise, yeah.
I need you to promise me that when other agents and representatives for KOODO are trained, that our conversation is listened to by them during training. Because you record this call for quality assurance and training purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
And they need to listen. They need to listen to this call so they understand about their obligations and duties to the customer.
Exactly. I got your point for that, because this is going to be how we paid. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So they can avoid for other customers to have to be on the telephone for 2 hours.
But no worries. Here's the assurance anyway. All right? So once the bill will be generated on your account here in KOODO, if there is any other fees that I can see that, then I can go to make an adjustment. I can make it into $50.40. How would it sound? But for this time, it's the $55.49. How would it sound for you?
No, we just went over this, right? There's no $55 and whatever cents you said. There's no charges at any time ever for that amount.
Yes.
Not once, not ever.
Victoria.
Every single time I pay $50.40. End of.
You got it. Yeah. I really do understand. I really got your point. If you were able to take a look after the 18th of this current month, you could go ahead and check your plan, and then it will be the plan for $45. All right?
Listen, just in case this doesn't happen for me and I need to call you back, I need to talk to you. If I find that there's a problem,
I leave a documentation in the account.
I need to talk to you specifically, because you and I spent time together. You and I just shared time together. Time together in our lives that we will never get back. Now we've shared time.
Yes. And the representative as well is taking a look as well in regarding with the changes on the account. But as what I mentioned, no additional fees for that moving forward.
That's right. Exactly. There's nothing else owed to you. You've been paid plenty every single month.
Got it correctly.
Right. Okay.
So do you have any other question about this? Because I don't want to waste your time anyway.
You need to make sure that you put your first and your last name in the notes, because if I have to call back and talk to you, I'm going to talk to you specifically. I don't want to talk to anybody else. Because now you know what we talked about.
I do have my first and last name on the documentation. No worries.
Right?
If you want, I could go and schedule a call back for you so that you have the peace of mind and everything.
I just want to make sure that you and I are on the same page, because I can't go through this whole thing with someone else.
We're keeping repeating ourselves anyway, to be honest.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah, I got your point for that.
Okay, good.
It's just only that, you just want to make sure everything's going to be okay, right?
That's exactly right.
For your peace of mind,
I need reassurance.
I'll call back for you. Yeah, reassurance. You got it correct. I do understand you for that. So, here's what happened, okay? I'll just need to take a look at everything, especially with your account here. I'll be the one who was able to handle this by the 18th of this month. If there is any other additional charges for that, but I will assure you that there is no additional charges moving forward.
Right.
All right?
Exactly.
Then I'll be the one who was able to contact you back. You don't have to call back here, Victoria.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm terrified of picking up the phone because I don't know who's calling to cause me harm.
Well, that is the problem anyway.
That's the issue. I have to call you. I need to call you if there's a problem. You can't call me because I can't pick up. I'm scared.
I don't have an extension line anyway for you to be able to get in touch with me. But as a one time, I'll be the one who was able to get in touch with you if that is your request then. All right? I do have your callback number as well. So,
you do. Yes, you do. That's right.
Yeah, so anyway, just want to make sure in regards with this one so that we can actually, cover everything, just to have a quick recap, okay? So you're calling in here actually to, to do discuss the price increase about the bill, because this is something that you don't want to happen. So I did here is I successfully removed the outstanding balance. I make it into $55.49, but your bill moving forward is $50.40. and that will be guaranteed. All right, because I changed the plan here, and it will be effective on your next bill, which is the 18th of this month, 2025. All right. So in addition to this, Victoria, you're going to receive an email confirmation in every changes.
So there's no outstanding amount due, and we're moving forward at 50/40, and I honestly don't care what the plan is because I don't understand any of that lingo anyway, but as long as things stay the same, you have a happy customer, and you will keep a happy customer, and I will continue to pay on time every month like I have been doing ever since I went and received this service. I'm a good customer. You have never have trouble with me ever.
Yeah, I really got your point. Okay? So, I do have a 100% sure that there is no additional charges, and I will assure you for that.
Thank you.
Do you have any other question about this?
I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate that you were dealing with a very strong woman who refuses to back down at this point in her life. Because I can't.
I appreciate your time and also for your patience as well too. No worries about that. That is my goal, is to help you in every in every changes on the account too as well. So anyway, I've noticed here that you only have one line here in KOODO. So would you like to take advantage of adding an additional line on the account, Victoria? Do you have any family member for as low as $34?
Sweetheart, I'm all by myself. I don't have any family.
Oh, all right. It's totally fine for that. I really do understand. All right. So just want to make sure that everything's covered so that you don't need to call us back here. So would you like to add any additional clarification before I let you go?
No.
Why? What happened?
Sir, you asked me if I had any family, and I don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh, really? You don't have to worry. That is just only that, that is the reason that I want to try to help you about it, especially that you don't have any family member that you mentioned.
No, I'm by myself.
You don't have to worry, even though that you don't have any family, but you do have a family here in KOODO. All right? We're here to help you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
So just relax, okay? Don't cry.
I tried not to cry the whole 2 hours. But yet you got me with that question.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry for that question anyway.
Everybody's gone.
You know what? To be honest, I'm used to cry too as well, if that is the case. But anyway, I don't want to take much of your time. I don't want you to get emotional about this. I'm so sorry if I ask you for that, if that is the case, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any question, Victoria? Just please keep the line open because I can go ahead and get in touch with you by 18th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. You're welcome. And also, here's what happened, okay? So, for me to be able to make comfortable, and I don't want to let you go for this kind of situation that you're, very emotional, then yeah, I could go ahead and make the amount right now for $50.40. All right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I will assure you that this is just only the amount, okay, that you're paying, and it will still be the bill due date by the 12th of this current month, 2025, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So it's not $55, it's $50.40. And I'm so sorry to hear about what happened, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. Bye for now, Victoria. Stay safe and God bless you.
Thank you.
Be happy, okay?
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. One hour, 55 minutes. Coming up on 1:56. Did you hear any of that? Did you catch any of that? The circle that goes on. I was fine until he asked me about family. No. Baby kidnapped and sold without consent. My spouse isn't here. One of the very few in my life who loved and cared for me and protected me. Everything we worked so hard to have is gone. I mean, everything. The last little bit's been auctioned off. Because your rights are important. Our fucking bottom line is important.